They have to push the ball, tempo. They need easy baskets, lay up here, lay up there. And then thirdly, they got to control the rebounds. They control the rebounds and get more shots, they get a win.
You tick those three, you win the game. I'm with you.
Mine are very obvious. We've been talking about it. I mean, firstly, they've got to be able to play defence because the 2 games they've lost have leaked a whole lot of points. But more so, take pride on the defensive end. If you can't score, don't let it worry you. Have pride in the defence and play smarter. Marcus, we keep talking about it. I'm watching this like a hawk tonight, Copes. Any of those ticky-tack little fouls early, I reckon they're going to be done, the Cairns Taipans. And look after the ball. There's so much offensive talent here that if everything clicks, I think they win this game, but they've got to be able to lock up when the well dries up, and they've got to play a whole lot smarter.
Who's the most pressure on here? The Cairns Taipans have opened up the checkbook. They're in front of their home fans. They have established a new era of financial transparency with what they're spending. Or is it the Perth Wildcats who, again, their continued success just always has them grand final or bust?
I think it's Cairns for sure, because the last time they were on this floor in front of their fans, they laid an egg, so they have to turn it around.
Have to be the Cairns Taipans because the fans don't like what they saw. They want to see wins, fellas. Come on now, pick it up.
Jack McVay's stat line, give it to us. He's been approaching, he's been flirting with a triple-double.
Doolittle, he's got Doolittle's
Yeah,
guarding.
I'm not a fan of the matchup. I think Doolittle might get the better, but let's go 14-6-5.
14-6-5, Leonard?
16-4-4.
Ooh, don't mind it. Cracking contest coming up. The Cairns Taipans and the Perth Wildcats. It's been all Wildcats in their last 18 matchups.
And now Jack McVay acquaints himself with the home fans, loves what he sees there.
McVay, been terrific. That's why they spent the cash. Hard man to stop. Impossible to stop. Wow.
There's JLA.
Oh, Joe, taking it all the way.
Joe Lawala-Chul Jr. can score from everywhere.
Lawala-Chul Jr. has been a dominant force.
MVP candidate. Man's a problem. The man is unstoppable.
It's Friday Night Hoops in far north Queensland as Cairns host Perth in round 4 of the Hungry Jacks NBL. The locals trying to bounce back from a disappointing performance last time out. The visitors coming in having won 2 in a row and trying to continue a good run of form. And so much of this matchup is going to be about those 2 men on screen. Jack McVay for the Taipans, Joe Lawala-Chul Jr. for the Perth Wildcats, 2 of the NBL's $1 million men. And they'll need to play like it tonight to lead their teams to victory. Great to have your company at the Cairns Convention Centre on Friday Night Hoops. Joel Peterson alongside NBL champions Peter Hooley and Leonard Copeland. And the question, Copes, really is, what sort of response do we get from this Cairns team?
Well, look, we generally need a team that's going to play defense. Who spoke about it earlier? They got to come out and be aggressive on the defensive end. They got to make sure their center stays out of foul trouble, and they got to push that ball and play their style of basketball.
Especially when they've got to go against this man. So 22 points last week against the All Hawks. He has been a dominant force inside for them so far this season.
He sure has, and he's done it super efficiently. That's what I've been impressed with. Hasn't forced anything, and he's a matchup nightmare. If you've got a stronger body on him, it doesn't matter because he'll just put the ball on the floor and get around them. If you've got someone who can move the feet with him, it's probably going to be too small. He's just going to go up over the top. He can score at so many different levels. I love the way that he started this season, and I don't think the Wildcats have scratched the surface on how to utilise him in the best way. So we'll see what happens in this game, but as you said, Copes, I tell you what, if Marcus Lee gets an early foul or 2, I'd be continuing to go back to JLA until they stop him because I'm not sure they'll be able to.
Yeah, he's facilitating that offense as well. Like, we know that they can score in bunches when they get going, this Perth Wildcats team. So he will be so key to everything that they do tonight. They run the offense through him, and just whether they can settle into a little bit of a groove with what he can do, both in terms of scoring the ball, but then setting up his teammates as well.
Absolutely. You got Mason Jones, you got Windler, you got Pepper, and Doolittle, who's been fantastic in the last couple of years. He came over here as a defender, but for some strange reason, he had that conversation with really said, look, I need you to shoot a little bit more, and he's been terrific ever since. So if he can get going with the rest of these guys, then Perth should come out of here with a win tonight.
The other side of things, Jack McVay, last time out, so only the 9 points, ended a 20-game streak of double-digit scoring for Jack McVay. Had some turnover issues against the 36ers as well. He's being asked to do a lot, Pete. Is he being asked to do too much?
Absolutely not. That's exactly what they need from him. That's what he wants as well. But the team as a whole, I think when they get down early, they get into a hole. They just turn really introverted. They kind of are a mess all over the place. And I think that this game is going to help them get out of that. They've had all 8 days to be able to be ready for this game, which, to be honest, as a player, is too long. When you lay an egg like they did in this game and they were turning it over, they were giving up points, leaking them everywhere, you want to play 2 days later to be able to right that wrong. And I'm looking forward to seeing how they respond, because you know that 40's going to have them up and about. And these are the points that we are talking about. It's just too many. No surprise when they kept the team under 82 points and under, they've been able to win because they've got so much offensive firepower. But when they don't, when they leak points at a high level, they continue to leak, and over 110 twice in their losses is incredible.
And when it goes wrong, it goes really wrong for the Cairns Taipans so far this season. So this game is really evenly poised in how it will shape out tonight. Two teams that would really love a win here at the Cairns Convention Centre. Ariana Prather is courtside as always. Ariana, who are your X factors for tonight?
That's right. You hear the loud cheers in the gym, and I think it's because they know the Taipans are due for a win. I have 2 quick X factors for you, starting off with Dylan Windler for the Perth Wildcats. He is putting up big numbers, 16 points, 14 rebounds during his last performance. That's huge. That's incredible. 14 boards. And on the Cairns Taipan side, Rain Smith. I know you guys are going to clown me every time I say his name, but he is due for a big game, and I'm telling you, once he gets heated, you can't stop.
It's going to be fun if he gets going. When he gets going, he's all kinds of fun. Adam Ford pregame highlighted his defense as well, and he is. We got to remember with someone like Rain Smith, he's still a rookie. You know, he's 5 games into his career as of tonight. So of course he'll be part of that starting lineup for the Cairns Taipans as well for the 5th time. So he started all of the games for Adam Ford so far this season. Schofield, McVeigh out there with him. We'll take a look at the Perth runner. Dante Rousseau-Nance is an interesting one. He's not playing big minutes, but John Riley's still keeping him out there with that group.
It's all about finding someone who can just impact a little bit, get the game off to a good start without needing the ball. Look at all the other mouths you have to feed. Yeah. Windler, Jones, Doolittle, JLA. You just need a complementary piece. And I know a lot of people are asking, well, Jaron can step in there. Absolutely, he can, and I think they'll continue to grow with this. But the Cairns Taipans starting 5 is what we expect. Smith, McVeigh, Schofield, who needs to have a big one, Marcus Lee, and Andrew Andrews, who he might have a fun offensive night tonight.
Let's hope so. Of course, 4th game for him. First game off the plane was a little bit rusty. And the Perth Wildcats historically have been good in this venue. 15 of their last 18 against Cairns. They lost last time they played over in Perth. They've won the past 3 between these 2 teams in Cairns, 6 of the past 7 here, and by 36 last time they stepped foot into the venue, and JLA gets them off to the perfect start.
Let me tell you something. That happens all night. We're there in for a long night.
That was way too easy.
And Marcus, you could tell he wanted to stand back and didn't want to stick his hand in there to get that little ticky-tack foul.
That was not exactly the start that the Taipans fans would have wanted to see. Andrews going to the cup, lays it in, and he'll have the bonus opportunity.
Great take from Andrew Andrews. And as we said, they've got plenty of offensive talent, firepower everywhere. It's the other end that is going to be the big watch. That's a really promising start from Andrews.
Did you settle on a nickname yet?
What do we call him? Andrews ×2 or Andrew?
What?
Andrew Squared is his, Drew Squared was his Instagram handle, I believe.
Andrews ×2 is really catchy, Coach.
Oh, thank you.
Drew 2, a couple of people on Twitter last week said Drew 2.
How about we ask him?
I told Drew Squared is his nickname on Instagram.
And if I'm the Perth Wildcats, I'm going straight back inside to the big fella just to see how Marcus plays me.
They are too, going straight back to that Spanish action.
Oh.
Rousseau-Nance couldn't connect on it. Bounced out to Windler. Doolittle in the corner. Dante fights for the rebound. It'll be grabbed by Drew 2. Schofield for 3. That's an early bomb that's offline. And 4 games for Admiral Schofield, Leonard. 3 free throw attempts.
That is not good enough. Have you seen how big this guy is? If I'm him, I'm posting up, I'm driving to the basket, because if you're aggressive offensively, the referees will give you that call if you get touched.
Doolittle with the turnaround was smooth. You see the Taipans record, 2-2 so far this season. 2 losses have been blowouts. Schofield underneath. Tosses it away. That was a soft turnover. Jones up the other end, and one to come for Mason Jones.
And there's one.
I'm saying the ball's flat, Mason Jones. They're going to have a look at the ball. Almost 2 minutes into this game.
Dylan Windler, after he grabbed that first rebound at the defensive end off the Andrews missed free throw, did gesture to the referees, almost like when he grabbed the rebound, he said something. He took no contact. I was wondering what it was.
The point guards or the leading offensive weapons for each team normally get a chance before the game to feel out the game ball.
And that's what they're doing now.
I think that's what James Griggle was saying to them as well. Like, guys, we warmed up with these balls. How did we not realise that?
I mean, the only time, unless they gave it to the captains, which is Kyle Adam and Jesse Wagstaff.
They don't really mind.
And they just feel like, it's round.
No fuss kind of operators, those two.
Already one foul on Marcus Lee.
It's going to be a watch tonight. Andrews in transition, jacks one up. That's offline.
So if you're the Wildcats, you're going straight back to it. JLA.
Shoot more threes a game than any team in the competition, Cairns, but don't make an awful lot of them. JLA's offline on that occasion. Shooting just 28% from downtown so far this season, the Snakes.
And I know McVay's not a selfish guy, but I'd like to get him going early, man. Get him a couple of shots early so he feels a part of it.
Taking 3 threes already for the Taipans. Looks like they've been wide open either.
Chul Jr. hits that one with the little push shot. Out to a 7-point lead in the early going here for the Cats.
It's just not good enough.
Well, they've got Doolittle on Schofield to match the strength department and the length of Windler on Jack McVeigh.
Schofield driving to the hoop. That's more like it from Admiral.
I'd love to see him just be a little bit more aggressive, take a couple of more shots, post up, and take control of his team. You spoke about being the voice on the floor. With a name like Admiral, might fit him quite well.
They are just having a simple ball screen, and they're just turning the corner. Turning the corner, getting deep in the lane. It's either a floater or a dump off, and they're scoring at will. 5 of 7 to start for the Wildcats. It's too easy right now.
Exactly set the world on fire last time out on the defensive end. Here's Rain Smith from outside. That one's no good. Doolittle pushes the pace. Russo Nance inside. Chul Jr. all too easy. And Adam Ford is not impressed. Timeout Cairns. Perth by 9. 3.5 minutes into this one. And the Snakes have got some early thinking to do.
That's what we kept saying all pre-game. You can't let your offense dictate how hard you play defensively. They're 2 of 6. They've missed all 4 threes, and they're too slow rotating. They've shown nothing on the ball screen so far, and Perth have just waltzed in.
So an early lead for the Wildcats in Cairns. The opportunity to talk it over for Adam Ford. Admiral Schofield's going to have to be a big part of it tonight if they're to get a win. We spoke to him pre-game about his expectations for the season.
Really setting the expectation of the level of play, not necessarily just stat lines, but just how I impact the game and how I impact the team. I think for me, and I think for the league, it's very good that players like myself, guys that have been in the NBA, to come in the NBL in a similar style of play, to really help uplift the other players and not just bring attention to the league, but make the competition even better. I think it's a great thing, and I'm really excited. Whatever the fans saw, in our first preseason game, they should be really excited for this year as it goes along and we get more accustomed to each other.
Need a little bit more out of Admiral Schofield in the early going. Early lead to Perth here, 6:21 remaining in the opening term. Ariana was hovering around Adam Ford at that timeout. What did he have to say, Ariana?
Well, Coach Forty really didn't have much to say. He just drew up a play. It was Jack McVeigh who really looked at his team and said, listen, we have to pick up the tempo and play with more intensity now.
Drives inside there, and Marcus Lee's playing with some intensity on the offensive glass.
It's almost as if they come down to score, but they forget to play on the other end. You can't let Perth get down and run their style of offense and not run them out of it. That's just too easy.
Elijah Pepper doesn't need too many invitations to let something like that fly. Rattles out. Now he's got the assignment on Jack McVeigh. Windler guarding Schofield. Finds a crease and drops it off to Lee.
Yeah, starting to execute a little better since the timeout offensively. I like that flash to the high post from Marcus Lee because JLA was worried about where McVeigh was with the mismatch.
Wildcats Jr., Windler, Doolittle, Jones, Pepper the 5 for John Riley. A little bit of fumble there from Pepper. Windler got Schofield flying past, almost banked it in. Doolittle pulls it down and hands it back to Dylan Windler. Jones almost come up with a turnover and stepped on the line.
Good energy to start from Mason Jones.
Encouraging sign as far as his season's gone so far, Pete.
I think he's just, again, we talked about Jack McVeigh in the pre-game being like mentally different. Just hearing Mason Jones, I think he's built similar in terms of don't let a whole lot phase them, understand that they're nowhere near their best. Schofield knocks one down, and now the Cairns offense is humming a little bit.
5 points early for Schofield, 4 for Lee. Wildcats Jr.'s got 6 for the Wildcats. Bullies his way inside. Lee stops him from making it 8.
That's why he's just so important defensively.
Andrews on the other end. Smith, Schofield, McVeigh, Andrews and Lee. The lineup for Cairns. They've cut this margin back to 4. McVeigh trying to eat into it further. And he gets a friendly roll there.
Wow. Let's get him going early. Get him a couple of shots. Slow that tempo down.
Windler guarded by McVeigh. Pepper and Smith's going to be all kinds of fun tonight. Wildcats Jr. recycles it, puts 2 more in. He's got 8 in the early going.
This could be a big night for those. Jonah Wildcats.
Absolutely, it could.
Andrews had that one fall off the rim. Traditionally hasn't gone all that well against the Cairns Taipans. Joe Wildcats Jr. hasn't put up the big numbers that we've seen from him against other teams, against the Snakes. Jones misses that one, shakes his head in frustration. Andrews back the other way. Schofield's hot from outside and continues to be.
This is what they can do, is fill it up. Talk about the weapons. They're going to take a whole lot of threes. If they shoot well, look out.
Turns around to the crowd, says, you want a bit more of that? JLA says, right back at ya.
He just looks unstoppable, doesn't he?
I mean, see Christian Doolittle, looks like we're going to have to check back in. Unless JLA wants to start. He's unstoppable. When he gets to that mid-post, there is Marcus Lee upstairs from Schofield. So this is just a bucket for bucket right now. But anywhere below that Blackmore's, JLA is just going to float. He's got a great touch for a centre.
There's no one quite like him in terms of skill set in the competition. Jones thought about gifting it to him. Pepper outside, around and out. Aquera pulls it down. Lee's there to disrupt things underneath again.
Boy, Lee scares me.
Yeah, me too. He's had a couple of moving screens as well that I've been worried they would call his second.
Taipans with a chance to take the lead. Andrews from outside, uncorks the triple and puts the Snakes 2 to the good, and he's fired up about it.
It's a really impressive response since that timeout.
Sometimes your offense is your best defense. As long as you continue to score, keep that ball ticking over.
Takeaway for the Taipans as well as Andrews scurries up the other end, and all of a sudden, all the momentum, all the energy, all the impetus in the contest is with the home team.
You're spot on, Copes. Them scoring the ball allows their defense to get set. They seem more locked in. But this is what we've been harping on about the last game in the pre-game. When they can't score, everything falls apart. So this is terrific. They are just scoring at will. Ever since that timeout from Adam Ford, they drew up a play, they executed.
and everything's been rolling.
And Schofield's been the man. I mean, he's knocked down a couple of threes. He's taking the ball to the basket. He's your aiming replay.
Just side to side, ball movement, player movement. This is what can be dangerous for a team that is going to take a whole lot of threes and a whole lot of quick shots. You've always got to be ready. Andrews with a little Euro step in transition.
Well, Bill's confidence.
19-6 since that timeout. So that was an early intervention from Adam Ford that's clearly paid dividends in the intervening 5 minutes.
And Ariana said Fordy didn't say much. It was more the players talking because they know they can't give a performance like they did last week.
And you said in the pregame, who's going to be the voice? Would it be a Kyle Adnam? Would it be an Admiral Schofield? It was Jack McVeigh on that occasion. Admiral Schofield's then let his play do the talking. Andrews is providing them with a bit of a focal point on the offensive end. Some early minutes for Jaron Riley. He's been so lethally effective in what he's done in a couple of appearances. Plus 46 in 20 minutes of game time in 2 games. Nice finish underneath from Aquera off the feed from Pepper. So the bench mob out there at the moment with Christian Doolittle leading the way. Lone starter out there for Perth. Galloway into the game for the for the Taipans, I should say, along with Higgins, Titcher, McVeigh, Statman and Mawot-Mag. Minute to go in this first term. Cairns have erased a 9-point deficit, turned it into a 2-point lead. Lat Mayans walked in the corner.
So if that isn't a travel down that end, that is not a travel here.
Side out,
exactly the same thing.
That's not what occurred.
John will stay on those referees.
Next time.
Warning on the coach.
Here we go.
And he's got a warning there.
I think Joe really wakes up with a warning on the coach.
There's been a few of those.
Sets his alarm, gets the text saying, "You've got a warning, John."
I think it's just...
And then has his morning coffee.
It's just a Wildcat sideline thing. I think it's this. That's way off.
So closing seconds of this opening term. Statman guarding Riley, who goes baseline, finds some space and hits over Cody Statman.
And it looks like these are the Ben Henschel minutes. So Ben Henschel yet to check into the game. I'm assuming he's all okay. We hadn't heard anything.
He walked in with a bag of sports tape, so hopefully he doesn't need to apply too much of it to himself. 5 seconds to go here for the Taipans. Statman to McVeigh. We know he's the man for Cairns. Outside to Galloway to close the quarter, no. And we are all tied up at the end of the opening term. Back and forth start. Perth led by 9. Cairns clawed their way back into the lead, and they can't be split at the end of one. The Taipans and the Wildcats, 23 apiece. 1 quarter in the books here on Friday Night Hoops in the Hungry Jacks NBL.
Welcome back to the Cairns Convention Center, where we are all tied up at 23 apiece. I was listening in to Coach John Riley, who was telling his team offensively, you have to keep running the play, and on defense, run the floor, and I want 5 bodies to the glass every single time. Guys, I can't believe we have a game. It started off pretty ugly.
Looked like it could have gone anywhere in the early going, Ariana. Thank you. Friday night hoops. Cairns Convention Centre, 23 apiece. Jack McVeigh did not hit the bench for a second in that opening term. And John Riley's turned to his bench in the early going here, Pete.
So he played 11 players already. Ben Henschel into the game to start the second quarter, and the French next star, Noah, getting a run here.
So first minutes of the season for Noah Kwaku-Herg.
I think he's searching for someone who's going to play some defense. I mean, they started off on fire. The offense did anyway. But you can't let Cairns, what was it, Joel? 14-6 run or something?
Yeah, so 19-6 after they pulled that timeout when the score was 13-4 earlier in the term. Statman extending with the right hand. He can't get it done, but Alex Higgins-Titcher can.
That's what's going to get Higgins-Titcher a whole lot more minutes. Those energy plays, offensive glass, but also if he can become a point of attack defender on this end, this is what this team is screaming out for. A forward or a guard that is just going to be able to be that leading defender.
So I've got him so many minutes at the back end of last season, and then a training camp invite with the Warriors, and
besides leaving his feet a couple of times there, that was pretty solid.
Here's McVeigh, guarded by Kwaku-Herg. Can't stay with him on that occasion, really tips it out of play. So it is our first chance to look at the French next star, the 18-year-old, who has been just quietly working behind the scenes. We haven't seen Jesse Wagstaff yet. He's about the only Wildcat that hasn't stepped on the floor. In fact, he is the only Wildcat who hasn't stepped on the floor.
Well, it was a game-time decision with a throat injury from practice.
Henschel races up. Really unfurls a triple. Kwaku-Herg pulls down the rebound.
He's doing a whole lot of work from the sideline, so it seems like his voice is okay. Blackstuff.
Come in, fellas. Come in, Joel.
He's always involved one way or another. Been around a long time. Wouldn't be surprising. He's in the game this first half if things go pear-shaped.
So Kwaku-Herg takes a seat next to Jesse Wagstaff on the bench. So just the minute 43 for his first entry in to this NBL season. You can see on the sidelines he's getting some instruction from the Wildcats coaching staff as well. They love his work ethic and what he's doing behind the scenes. So John Riley said he's getting some good seasoning at the moment. Meanwhile, Jaron Riley.
He's so nice.
He's smooth, isn't he?
He's always been smooth, had a great college career as well as Ben Henschel. That's great defense. That's going to be Perth ball.
Come off of 12. I got it off of 12, so it should be black.
Great defense from Ben Henschel. You talk about those guard minutes being up for grabs right now. That's what JR wants to see.
Absolutely. You mentioned he played 11 guys, but if he had 5 guys on the floor playing defense like that, they would play the whole game. Giant coaches.
Knew it wouldn't take long for Marcus Lee to get back out there with Lawala Chul in the game.
Got to leave that door ajar for too long tonight, Adam Ford, if he can avoid it. Here is JLA. Look at the strength of the big man.
You see Marcus Lee, he's worried about his ability to put the ball on the floor, so he immediately retreats as soon as JLA faces up. But the problem is there, he's too crafty and too strong. It's Ben Henschel again.
Good activity from Henschel. And Latmayan stepped on the line.
Twice he's been out of bounds.
Needs to get his bearings.
Alex, outside.
Does Latmayan. Of course, played a lot of basketball in this venue. I would have thought he'd be more accustomed to the court.
That's right.
Not your first time, not your first rodeo, Lat. Former Cairns Taipan himself. Andrews, Higgins-Titcher, Schofield, Lee, Smith. The 5 for Adam Ford at the moment. Down by 2. Smith across the lane. Can't get it done. Lee once and twice. Puts it up and in and ties things up.
I know we give him a little flack on the defensive end, but offensively, he's been fantastic the last 3 or 4 games.
Sure has. No, defensively, he's great too when he just keeps those silly fouls out of his game. We're seeing it so far in this one.
There's Latmayan finding himself at home.
Black 10.
And the foul on Henschel.
Jersey holds, brother, on the couple of on balls you did it, on that rebound you did it. Not enough for a foul, but just watch it. 5, we're good.
Perth, narrow 2-point lead. Joel Peterson, Leonard Copeland, Pete Hooley and Ariana Prather with you. Friday night hoops in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Massive weekend coming your way as Andrews goes underneath the basket and took some content.
That's going to be 2 on Ben Henschel now. So Ben Henschel got those 2 forced turnovers, 2 steals at the guard as they were bringing it over the half court, but now he's called for 2 fouls. He's just got to adapt.
So Andrews goes to the line. Supercoach NBL is back, but not as you know it. Beat the Coach is presented by Choice Hotels, new weekly format for fast, accessible play. You can scan the QR code online and go into the draw to win some great prizes thanks to our friends at Choice Hotels, and you get the chance to beat Damon Lowry, which is always a good thing in life.
You wouldn't say it's a tall task to do that, would you?
Oh, wow.
What?
Okay, Pete. Okay, Pete.
Just a little bit of sparring going on between Pete and Damon at all times. Sort of like you and Felix.
All right.
A little bit, Joel. I saw what you did there.
Don't drag me into your scrap. Don't drag me into your scrap, Peter. Andrew Andrews tosses that one away. Might have had a hand on it on the way out.
Tell you what, though, Cairns have been on the offensive glass. 7 offensive rebounds for Cairns, and John really wouldn't be happy.
And Higgins, Titcher, and Marcus Lee, they've got 7 combined. Schofield knocks down another one. Schofield's starting to find his rhythm here in the NBL.
Already up to 8 points, 3 of 5 shooting for Admiral Schofield. A lot of strength of Cairns on the offensive glass, just averaging the 10 a game. Schofield runs into Doolittle at mid-court. It's the Amy replay of Admiral Schofield. What have you made of him in the early stages tonight, Copes?
I like him being aggressive like this. I mean, he needs to continue to play like this. Love to see him go to the glass. I'd love to see him post up a little bit more, but he likes that corner 3-pointer, and it's been going for him.
He's already got 2 assists in the ball game. Came in with 3 in 4 games.
Well, he came in with that defensive reputation as well, right? 3-and-D in the NBA. I think that's, again, what they need. The Taipans is, yep, knock it down from 3 out here, but also be that elite defender who can set the tone as Marcus Lee gets his 5th offensive rebound of the first half.
Speaking of elite, he's been elite on the offensive end.
He's been on the floor. That's the key. He's been on the floor.
There's stability is availability. Marcus Lee, 18 against the 36ers when he fouled out last Thursday. He's got 10 already. A rounded out for JLA. Jones pulls it down. And Perth will get another 14. Just go straight back to that combination. Luala-Chul trying to make space for Jones, who kicks it out to Pepper, who can fire from this kind of range. And that was about the biggest miss Elijah Pepper would have had in his basketball life. That was not even close.
The offense is all out of sorts. Last couple of possessions. But again, it's very simple. When they get that high pick and roll, they are having options. They're getting JLA below the free throw line for that little floater. I know he missed that one, but he's got 14 points, 7 of 10. So you just keep going back to it until they try and stop it, because eventually they're going to have to adjust and shooters should get open.
You're right, but he has to play some defense on this other end as well, because Marcus Lee is going to work down here.
Jack McVeigh works his way in on Luala-Chul and is able to connect, and he will go to the strike to add the bonus. 5-point lead now for Cairns with a chance to make it 6.
Really, really impressive. Really impressive.
(37-31). Remember, it was 13-4 in the early going when Adam Ford called timeout. The Taipans have steadied the ship since then. Now the ship is setting a very nice course indeed. Andrews for three. High arcing shot won't go. McVeigh, he's able to recycle it to Smith, who connects for a three.
JR needs a timeout.
And he will get it, because they've got some problems now, the Wildcats. The Taipans have roared back into this contest, and they lead by 9 at the Tangerine timeout, 40-31.
All their problems on the offensive rebounds. 9 offensive rebounds for the Taipans, all leading to second chance opportunities. Everybody knows you get an offensive rebound. If you don't have the easy putback, you find the three-point line because you're going to have a shooter spotting up. And that was Rayne Smith.
Since the 3.5-minute mark of the opening term, it's been an 18-point swing in the game. Cairns were down by 9. They now lead by 9. Rayne Smith got them there. Ariana spoke to Adam Ford about their hot hand pre-game.
But I have to ask about my X factor tonight, Rayne Smith. When he gets hot from deep, there's no stopping that man.
Yeah, and the good thing for Rayne, I was chatting with him a little bit today about obviously his progression as a rookie, which is always, cool to sort of, see it from their perspective. The game's slowing down for him, and that's important because, this is his 5th game as a rookie, as a pro. We rely on him in not only the scoring component, but he's a real good defender. I don't think he probably gets the credit for what he's able to do navigating screens defensively. The last couple of weeks he's had to match up against Davis and Cotton. So when we talk about assignments for rookies, it's a good baptism by fire. So the game's slowing down for him. He's only going to get better, and we want to go and ride that momentum with him.
Baptism by fire. I like that, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Cairns Taipans lead by 9 out of the Tangerine timeout. An 11-0 run for the Taipans has got them there. See there, they lead 17-8 in this second quarter so far.
And Jaron really back into the game.
Orange 12, never legal.
John really, when he's looking at their offense being a little disjointed, he turns to Jaron to run the show.
Time out. Cairns.
We're going to get a challenge here, it would seem.
You think he's looking for more offense or more defense?
I think he's just looking for more structure on their offense, which is strange because I know they've had a couple of turnovers and a couple of possessions where it has looked out of whack. But the simple high ball screen, they've got good looks every single time.
Going to have a coach's challenge here. Foul was on Andrews that Adam Ford wants to have a look at. 4:06 remaining here in this second frame. Friday night hoops in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Joel Peterson, Pete Hawley, Lynette Copeland and Ariana Prather with you as we get set to take a look at this foul on Andrews.
Adam Ford's argument is that he didn't initiate any of the contact. It was all Mason Jones, but
he's unsuccessful.
That could have gone either way.
You could hear in the microphone originally the referee say never in legal position.
Well, and he wasn't. But again, I look at this with the coach's challenge, right? It is 2 free throws. Andrew Andrews has 1 foul. You were never going to be more than 50% that you'd get that. So you're really just hoping that it goes your way. I'm not using my challenge in that regard. You're up 9.
A lot of times, though, when those players come out of that play and they point to the coach, Adam Ford is such a trusting coach that he gives them that confidence to say, are you sure about it? And they say, yeah, he's giving.
I'll tell you what, for the Taipans, the coach's challenge might have to be reserved for Marcus Lee in foul trouble. It really might. Yeah. He's done well this game so far.
No burgers this time for the Taipans fans. Breaks an 11-0 run as Mason Jones splits the 2 at the line. They go a bit of full court pressure. Have found the press breaker. What can Higgins-Titcher do to try and facilitate some offense for the Taipans? Andrews with time winding down, guarded by Riley, pulls up, shoots, wants the call. He's vociferous in his appeal. Ball never hit the rim.
Is that a
12. All of a sudden, as he's picked up.
How's that not a foul, Nico?
So Andrew Andrews picked up attack.
1.
Oh, I don't have that information for you. This game's not a foul.
Okay.
I think he agreed with the no call.
This might be a tough angle for it.
Back court, 24 on the front court, was in the back. caught. 24.
Contact.
Yeah, sure was, but you're just wondering how.
Andrews want to administer the technical foul, please. Come on, put it back. Where we are. Let's go. Black.
Perhaps we don't have a technical foul after all that.
They did call a foul, didn't it? Maybe.
Windler going baseline and scores.
6 points now for Windler, 3 of 4. 4 rebounds, 2 assists.
He did have a missed free throw in that little scrimmage of Andrew Andrews trying to sort out what was going on there. McVeigh loses the handle, really applying the pressure. Needs to get it up, can't get it up, he was fouled.
He loves that.
Certain guys, when the clock's winding down, and you just know that they're going to love it because they can't take a bad shot at all. Got to get it up somehow. Oh, boy.
Oh.
So free throws coming up for Jack McVeigh. Download the new NBL app, switch seamlessly between NBL, NBL1 and WNBL, which starts next week in your all-in-one hoops hub with tailored news, stats and content for every league. Download the free NBL app from the App Store or Google Play now. Of course, podcast, video content. You get the coaches' press conferences and see how they're breaking things down after contests. The NBL app is all you need to stay right in touch with the game this season. Really out to Jones on offense for Perth. That's a good-looking stroke from Mason Jones.
He needs to get himself going. Certainly capable of knocking that shot down.
It's taken a little while, but they've just put together a little 5-0 run here, the Wildcats. JLA with the steal. He's going to bring it up the floor and set the screen for Jones.
That's 3 on Andrews. Walking straight to the bench. And as it stands, 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Jaron really has the best plus-minus of anyone in this game at plus 12.
So plus 58 in his first 3 games.
Make that plus 14. Good things happen when he's on the floor.
He's coming after yours, Copes.
I don't expect anything more. He's the coach's son. They learn early.
Statman's offline. Chance for Perth to take the lead back here, having been down by 9. Really, he's offline. Schofield with the rebounds. 45% shooting for the Taipans, 53% for the Wildcats. Lee sees an opening and converts.
Toe's got to play better defense than that, though. I'll tell you that much. You can't just give him a drive down the middle of the lane for a layup.
Luella Chul from outside. Jack McVeigh will push it in transition. Fight for the loose ball. Really comes up with it. Of course he does. Just chucks it over his shoulder to Jones. Just over a minute remaining in this first half. Perth led by 9 in the opening frame. Taipans led by 9 halfway through this second term, and that was messy from the Wildcats.
Well, Willer wants a challenge here.
He's saying he
and we're going to get it.
He's saying he didn't touch it, but no one else touched it either.
Oh, no.
Everybody, timeout, timeout, timeout. That's all right. Timeout, no more timeout. All right, here we go.
Yeah, Nico saying there's no more timeouts. You don't have any more.
Let's go back. No more timeout. Guys, focus, please.
So you need a timeout to be able to make a coach's challenge.
John Riley, very complimentary of the referee.
Oh, I think he might have got told from one of the replay assistants, hey, we probably got lucky that we didn't have one.
So Cairns up by 3. 50 seconds remaining in the first half. Rain Smith trying to bomb another one home. Perth can cut back into this lead or tie it up on this possession. Well, Jewel Jr. and Lee going to battle. It'll stay with Perth. 14 on the shot clock. JLA, Windler, Doolittle, Riley Jones, the 5 to close the quarter for the Wildcats. Becoming 2-1. To host, it's 2-2. Windler looking for the reverse, and Lee swats it away emphatically.
Lee's been amazing this first half.
Schofield loses the handle on it on the other end, and he's frustrated with that.
Yeah, because it's going to give Perth Wildcats the last shot of the half.
Tech foul on the Perth bench. Jesse Wagstaff was out of his seat there as the camera panned
Adam!
in that direction.
Adam! No, it's the third ball. Adam! Wait! 1.
So Rain Smith will go to the free throw line and shoot the technical free throw.
Stop!
And that will hand possession back to Perth, back to Cairns. Perth ball.
Who's the tackle?
Well, it looked like they pointed at the bench.
Wagstaff got that take. All right.
Jesse was out of his seat, but didn't get an answer at half-time. Here's Jaron Riley trying to find the answer underneath. Schofield reaches in and fouls him. Riley will go to the free throw line.
It's just a great story this early in the season. Again, I said it in the pregame, I didn't expect him to be getting minutes early in the season. But there's always a development player, as Felix mentioned, that takes advantage of an opportunity. We saw Sean McDonald do it. We saw Alex Higgins-Stitcher do it, but they came through opportunities, through injuries. They were just looking for somebody who was going to step up, and he's taken it, hasn't put a foot wrong yet.
Making every post a winner at this stage is Jaron Riley. 1.8 seconds remaining. Schofield's going to have to unleash a bomb. And it is offline. But the Taipans got out to a 9-point lead in that term. The Wildcats rallied back and almost got it to level terms as we head to half-time. It's the Taipans by 2 at the main interval. And there'd be a lot to like for Adam Ford from the response that he's seen from his team tonight.
Sure will. After that first time out, they've been really solid. Now they go to halftime with a small lead.
A little bit of work for John Riley and his team to do. Let's go down to Ariana, who's with Marcus Lee.
That's right, Marcus. You guys started off slow to begin the game. It got a little scary, but then you guys flipped the switch and ended up tying it up at the end of the first quarter. What was the change?
We stuck to what we knew. It was a couple great shots that just didn't go in, but we're just sticking to the game plan. It's looking real good.
The Perth Wildcats are going to try to fight back into this ball game. How do you defensively control them in the second half?
We're playing really good defense right now. We're being really communicative. It's looking a lot different this game, and we're really just going to try to push into that power.
All right, thank you. Good luck in the second. More action from the Cairns Convention Center after this short break. We will break it all down with the experts.
Put your hand up, let's give it up for Evelyn. That's Evelyn. Jasper, you'll go listen. You can go right, then yours, good. All right, the idea is you have to make a basket first before you can put one in. Taps on the toe. Or toes on the tack. Yeah, you understand what I'm talking about. Inside the circle, yeah, good. Jasper on the free throw line. Go when you're ready, yes? Make some noise, get around, who you'll follow it. Jasper's got his second. There's a kid cross Holmes. Back. Yeah, Emma, she's got some pace. Oh, well blocked. Well blocked. Well, this is looking pretty good down here. There's a, nice block, Jasper. There's a signed Jack McVay basketball coming away to the winner. Oh, Jasper's got another one. Yeah. Come on, Emily. In close, Emily, you're right. Yeah, go. Oh, no, she's slaved it. Emily slaved it.
Fine margins at halftime at the Cairns Convention Centre. 43-41 to the home team. They trailed by 9 in the opening term. They led by 9 in the second term. Marcus Lee's been a big factor. So has Joe Luala-Chul Jr. Just who can come out on top in this ball game will be fascinating as we go toward this second half. Great to have your company. Friday Night Hoops in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Joel Peterson, Leonard Copeland and Pete Hooley. There are our halftime stats. Gentlemen, what do they tell us?
Have a look at the three-pointers from the Perth Wildcats. 1 of 10. You don't see that too often, but what both coaches will be pleased about, they both called timeouts at different opportunities. It was the first timeout from Adam Ford. His team responded with that 19-6 run. And then when John really called that timeout, he was addressing the offensive rebounds, and they didn't give one up after that. So clearly it's being receptive. The players are being receptive to that information, and that's why the game hangs in the balance.
We put a little bit of heat on Marcus Lee in the pre-game. Needed to stay out of foul trouble after what he did against Adelaide because he was so good while he was out there. He just needed to be out there for longer. So far, he's been excellent again.
He's been terrific. 12 points, 6 of 8 from the field. And like Hool said, when he's on the floor, he's going to be good anyway. He intimidates shots. He can get to the glass, offensive rebounds. He's been great, man. The problem with him is he loses focus and reaches for balls and gets into foul trouble, and that hurts the team. But tonight, look, every offensive rebound, every opportunity, he's been fantastic.
But you're right, Coach. We've called a lot of Cairns games this season, and this isn't actually surprising. He's looked terrific this year, but when he picks up a couple of silly fouls early, Cairns have been losing those games. Like, that's the big issue, and he stayed out of foul trouble. The head-to-head, well, we expected it to be from JLA being ultra-aggressive, but Marcus Lee, 3 blocks, 6 rebounds, 12 points. He's been phenomenal, and this is a matchup right here. Might go towards telling us who wins this game.
And it's potentially the defensive end of the floor, Copes, that is separating these two players at the moment. JLA's been hyper-efficient at the offensive end, but that defensive end of the floor is where Lee's got the wood over him at the moment.
Absolutely. And we know JLA can score, man. He scores at ease. I mean, he's got the great touch on the inside. He's strong and you know, goes after the glass. But defensively, he's just letting Marcus Lee do what he wants to do. He's not attempting a block shot. He's not rebounding the ball. 2 rebounds for him is just not good enough at his size. Yes, he can score, but he has to give the other things to help his team win.
He just, he's got so much to offer. Clearly they want to get some sort of fluidity around him on the offensive end, Pete. We saw him come up with that steal. They need a little bit more of that from him.
They do, and again, this is why I know we haven't spoke about it, Jaron really on the floor, because it's just one guy, he's very poised, he's under control, and it allows Windler, Doolittle, JLA, everybody else to find their groove. He's been phenomenal once again.
Hey, big Saturday of hoops coming up tomorrow. Illawarra-Brisbane's a fascinating contest because both of those teams have got off to rocky starts, and then we get popcorn out Saturday night, marquee matchup. Davis back in Adelaide is going to be spicy.
Oh, this is going to be fun, and I'm not sure Adelaide have the defender to go with KD, but everything that's happened is going to go down in this one.
It is going to be all kinds of fun when those two teams get together. Lip service in the lead up to it, lip service during, I think, as well. So that is going to be very, very entertaining indeed. So is our second half in Cairns. The home team lead it by 2 as we go into the third quarter. Can they get the win, or will it be the Wildcats? Stick around to find out.
Because if you see the mini squad coming, they've got some Annie's vouchers to give away. The Annie's mini squad, they have free coffee vouchers and much more. So if you want some, make some noise, Annie's. Make some noise.
Last year I wasn't in the NBL, but I was always watching, following the box score. And there was this commercial that played, the one of like the kids practicing, like hitting game winners with the commentary of my shot.
McVeigh, 2 on the clock! Oh! Jack McVeigh! Jack McVeigh with the shot of his life!
It was the first time I've ever had to go and save, like download a commercial. But for me, like that was like, man, if like my whole childhood, like my fondest memories of me in the backyard, hitting game winners. Me versing the brother, hitting game winners. You know, pretending to be Kobe, pretending to be Chris Goulding. For me, like that commercial, seeing like, you know, another young kid, I'm just hoping that there's one kid out there, you know, shooting some tough shot in the backyard, hitting a game winner, doing some celebration, and one day, man, their dream is gonna come true. There is one kid out there that's practicing, and hopefully I had a tiny little small part in inspiring that, and so that definitely gets me juiced. Almost gave me a tear, that commercial. Really? Oh, bro, that's why I do it. That's, you know, like I'll never, you know, so it's an epic commercial.
An unforgettable moment in Jack Jumper's screen for Jack McVeigh. He will be back at John Cain Arena for the first time since making this on Sunday. As Cairns take on Melbourne United, we'll be reliving it as part of our coverage on Sunday, 4:30 Eastern Daylight Time. Make sure you join us then to see all of that. 43-41 here. It is Cairns who lead Perth heading into the half. Before we get into the action, let's get down to Ariana.
It's loud and it's exciting here at the Cairns Convention Center because they have a feeling that this team is going to pull out the win. But I just got to say something. I'm calling you out, D-Ruck. There got to be some real repercussions when we make bold statements like there's no way Perth is going to not win here in Cairns. I'm calling you out. I got the home team. They got the lead at halftime. I want to see you walk all the way back to Brisbane, D.
Oh, I'm all for that.
Ariana,
well, he's not going to walk anywhere. We figured that out from last time.
He won't walk. We all call him out. Don't worry. He makes some bold statements.
Second half is underway.
So this is what with similar rotation we've been used to seeing is Russell Nance just played the 3.5 minutes in the first half, and he's going to start this third quarter again.
Just averaging at 13 minutes. So far, Russell Nance having started 2 of his 3 games from outside. He can't hit. Still hasn't hit from 3 this season. Mason Jones doesn't like the call.
Technical foul.
And he is teed up for it.
18.
So he picks up 2 fouls there.
One down here.
Mason Jones.
Stop doing that. Stop doing that.
So they're telling him to stop.
Just give him a sec.
Looking at it.
To his coach, isn't he?
One.
Problem is he's saying, I'm just going for the rebound, but if you still elbow someone in the head.
Yeah, but it's the first of the complaint is exactly the same as Andrew's jersey before. So it's like for like. Andrew's here, same.
Getting a look at it here. Oh, I tell you what.
You got in my partner's face and you're doing it continually.
So let's break that down real quick. You can see the elbow definitely got Rain Smith in the head. Didn't look like, he definitely didn't do it intentionally, but that was called. Elbow to the head, and then the referee explained it perfectly. They gave Andrew Andrews a technical foul for continuously arguing the call in front of the referee's face, so they're going to have to do the same to Mason Jones as Jack McVeigh gets the runner.
Tough bucket to start for McVeigh. 7 points, 3 of 7 shooting, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. So stuffing the stat sheet again. Wildcats Jr. can't hit. Throws his arms out in frustration, having not got a call. McVeigh got him up in the air. Out to Schofield for 3. 5 of 17 outside. The Taipans, 1 of 11, the Wildcats. Doolittle from the mid-range, that's his spot.
That's pretty. Just his 4th point. 4th field goal attempt as well, Christian Doolittle.
Played the 18 minutes so far in the contest. Perth led by 9 in the first quarter. Cairns led by 9 in the second quarter. It's the biggest lead either team's got out to so far.
Watch any time the Taipans take a 3, where Dylan Windler comes from. Looking to grab those rebounds.
Mason Jones might have just slipped over on some of his own sweat as he was getting back to his feet. Here's Smith.
This kid's got
falls to
the
McVeigh.
Sorry, Joe, he's got the green light, doesn't he?
There's Windler.
Andrews shot the 3, got some contact, and this time just kept his cool. Dylan Windler with 7 rebounds, all of them defensive. Lualachul Jr. short-armed that. So a messy start to this second half. Technical foul, and both teams coming up empty on numerous positions. You can see Jesse Wagstaff standing up on the bench. Trying to will his team on despite not having hit the floor so far. The only Wildcat who is suited up in Cairns tonight to have not stepped on the hardwood. Smith, Schofield, McVeigh, Andrews, Lee. Starting 5 back out there for the Taipans. Schofield going to the hoop, straight into the chest of Lualachul.
Good verticality there. Not pulling the hands down.
Windler looked inside, Lee kicks it away.
A real scrappy start to this 3rd quarter from both teams.
5 points scored between them so far. Only 3 minutes of play. Been the same high-octane Perth offense that we saw so much last year. Season high of just 92 points. Doolittle loses the handle there. Smith thought about pulling up. McVeigh tosses it away. Jones is stepping through. He misses. Lualachul Jr. back up and in.
Good move from Jones. He's just got to focus a little bit here. Getting too caught up with the no calls or the missed calls. And I think that's why Ben Henschel's walking to the bench with Jaron Riley. That'll be for Russo, Nance and Jones. He just needs to focus because they're good moves. He'd make that more often than not.
Schofield coming across the paint. Can't hit from the free throw line. Just shy of it. Chance for the Wildcats to take back the lead here. Russo Nance going baseline. Doolittle is wide open. Windler keeps it alive. Well done from Dylan Windler. Great activity.
What pass?
And then it found underneath with an absolute bullet from Mason Jones.
Great pass. Windler kept that play alive by going to the glass. He's so good at the
Got to carry a hand. Yeah. I know it's been a messy half, but Andrews wants to look to shoot. J-Lay was not meant to be on him. Your hands are down. The shooter's just going to rise up regardless of your wingspan.
Both teams looking for reinforcements. Doolittle spinning his way inside was fouled. Let's take a look at the Amy replay.
So have a look, just J-Lay's arms are down. And yes, he's got the wingspan to be able to still do a late contest, but Andrew, that's plenty of time. Look, just size up. He knew 100% he was going to rise up and knock that one down.
Man of his experience has been in that situation so many times before. Far cry from the man who went 0 of 8 to start his NBL career. His first game, only a couple of days off the plane and against the Bullets a few weeks ago.
Wagstaff's on the floor now, so every player, as Windler gets the and one, every Wildcat has touched the floor.
One shot, guys. Push.
John really just going to a lineup that he can trust.
Timeout.
Big junkie, but we actually have a pretty good game here.
So 49 apiece. Perth have scored 8 of the last 11 points in the ball game to tie it up at that score. Tangerine timeout. 5:26 remaining in the third period. John really wants to talk it over with his team. Let's take a listen.
Offensively, keep the ball popping. That'll find the mismatch. That'll find the energy at that end of the floor. Hey, off the free throw. We're hot. Wags, this is you. Do your back. Dylan, you're in the middle. Henny and Jaron, get them to catch here. And then we're playing off of Wags' decision. Half court, you get Higgins. You got Galloway. Hey, super help. Super help. Let's stay 14 with Higgins. Okay, 14, everyone else is switching. Here we go.
Catch on 3, 1, 2, 3.
You're there from JR, so 14 to switch 1 through 4. So Wagstaff's going to stay home on Alex Higgins-Titcher, and everyone else is going to switch. So Windler, Doolittle, Henschel, and really, they are all interchangeable. And this is the beauty of being able to have essentially a small ball lineup.
So 49 apiece out of the Tangerine timeout. Ariana was listening to Adam Ford.
That's right. Let's see if his team does what he just said after these free throws from Windler. He said, move the ball once or twice in the half court, and then if you got a shot, you better take it.
Wow. Another coach like that wouldn't.
You would, certainly.
100%.
You don't need a coach to tell you to shoot the ball.
No, you don't.
And if the coach told you not to, would you have listened?
Probably not. If I'm open, I'm shooting it.
And that goes awry, so they didn't even get the chance to shoot the ball on that possession, the Snakes.
That can also be the issue, though, when you are just methodically told, hey, get side to side, and you're just ready to get down, okay, let's tick that box, and then let's play some offense.
Averaging 14.5 turnovers a game, the Taipans. They've got 7 so far, so not doing too bad a job looking after the ball, which was one of Pete Hawley's keys to the game for them. Jaron really trying to finish over the top of Smith. Galloway's in there to pull down the rebound. So Smith, McVeigh, Higgins-Titcher, Andrews and Galloway the lineup for Cairns. Windler, Doolittle, really, Henschel, Wagstaff.
Load up behind Wagstaff here. Great job from Dylan Windler, just closing up space.
And here's Henschel, who gets blocked by the rim. Smith tosses it away. Found Jack McVeigh. And Smith somehow kept a hold of that through the traffic. He was fouled on the way through.
Yes. Back 5. Get a blocking foul.
And the ones for Ben Henschel, you just hope they never show a replay of. Put it out of your memory.
Electrocuted.
What's that sound?
You know what it is. Tried it before.
Can we put that up in audio? Just keep dropping that in.
Do my alarm.
Andrews outside, gets the call this time. He's had a couple of them tonight.
Yeah, that's just a veteran play. So he's just reading how he's been defended on those ball screens throughout the first 2.5 quarters, knowing that they're going to fight hard to get over. So if you get a little bit of space, if there's no hard hedge or show from the ball screen defender, just rise up and into it, and you'll get a foul call.
And there was a couple in the first half I thought he should have got because of his landing. But the referees let it go, so.
Andrews at the line, ties it up at 50. Get behind the scenes of the Hungry Jacks NBL. Follow the official channels on all the social platforms. Scan the QR code for links to all the channels. Snapchat, X, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever your channel of choice is, the NBL is there with all the behind-the-scenes action and exclusive content throughout the course of the season. Taipans up on top again, 52-50 after Andrews goes bang, bang, bang at the line. Kyle Adnam out there now for Adam Ford. So both coaches pretty keen to empty their bench. John Riley's got no one left to go to that he hasn't already played. Adam Ford's only got Jed Richardson, Lockie Barker and Lloyd McVeigh.
Kyle Adnam enjoying his time in Honey Far North Queensland.
Might enjoy a little bit of SPF, is what you're trying to say there, Pete.
Oh, I don't think never used it before.
Higgins Titcher left wide open.
That's what he's got to do.
Them pay.
That's what he's got to do, because you heard John really saying that Wagstaff, that was your matchup. For that exact reason, they want to tempt him to shoot the 3 ball.
Windler with the jump step, and the push shot will go.
He might have the best, Tyler Harvey, the best floater with the wrong hand, not preferred.
13 for Windler, 7 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 assists. JLA's got 18 for Perth. Andrews 13, Schofield 11, Lee 12 for the Taipans. Galloway turns into trouble and took some contact.
Black 24. Push. Line up. Line up.
You see Wagstaff, he wasn't even going to defend that. Everyone else is in the switch, the 1 through 4. And I don't mind that effort from Wagstaff, ready to send the double. But Galloway didn't look like he wanted to put the ball on the floor and really back down Jaron Riley, so you've just got to be off a little bit. And if he gets deep enough, if he breaks the keyway or gets close to the charge circle, be ready, show the space. You don't have to necessarily send the double if the offensive player doesn't look aggressive.
And although he had really on him, he's not that kind of player, you're right.
Yeah.
He's not a post-up guy. He'd much rather take the 3 and take that ball to the hole.
So rough start to the season, Tyron Galloway shooting 23% from the field. Really through the lane, out to Henschel. Windler, back to Henschel. That's way off. So Ben Henschel, this is another 1 of 13 now, the Wildcats. Andrews across the lane, Higgins Titcher out to Adnam. 6 on the shot clock.
That's going to be way too late foul on Higgins Titcher. A bit too overzealous trying to free up Andrews in the corner.
Didn't have to do it either because he was already there.
He's spot on, coach. He was there. Just stand still.
Come. Hey.
So Perth back on the offensive end. Mayan out there at the moment. Ben Henschel takes a seat. Hasn't been his night. Galloway got a piece of that and a piece of JLA.
Backboard, mate. Drop the back of the hand.
It looked like there was some contact.
Wouldn't be surprised if Marcus Lee comes in off that bench pretty soon because JLA can get going here and he can carry a team. So you need somebody who can play some defense on him. And Marcus has done a pretty good job on him. Although he's scoring, Marcus is scoring on the other end as well. So
this is the first as JLA. Burger signs will be going up around the Cairns Convention Centre. Who's hungry? Because JLA's delivered burgers. Code word is keys. Head to your local Hungry Jacks in Queensland if you're a Taipans fan and pick up a burger and tell them Joe sent you. Stayed away from Adnam at the other end.
It just should be, coach should be whoever gives them away.
Just got to go in there and say Joe.
yeah, who comes up with these names anyway, Pete? I asked you this last week. You didn't have a name for me.
It's actually the marketing teams are both. Maybe it's Gazy.
I'm surprised. Smith floats that one home with a soft touch. Buttery from Rain Smith. 6-point lead to Cairns. Minute and a half remaining in the third term. Wildcats need to get a hurry on. Pepper keeps it alive. Goes the reverse, misses, but was fouled.
Adam Ford is not happy. Offensive rebound given up to Elijah Pepper of all people. Do you think Marcus Lee will be getting close?
Here we go, Elijah. 2.
Elijah Pepper rattles it in at the free throw line. You'd expect nothing less for a sharpshooter of his quality. off an absolutely stellar NBL 1 season with the Warwick Senators. Stitcher comes out of the game.
It looks like Porter's going to save Marcus Lee for the fourth quarter because he didn't want him to get into foul trouble.
He's only got the 2 so far. Minute 15 remaining. Smith to Adnam outside. 8 on the shot clock here for Cairns. Up by 4. Both teams in the bonus. Adnam going inside. Has it pulled off the rim by Windler. 8 rebounds now for Dylan Windler to go with 13 points. Make it 15.
He's been tough, man, the whole year. Struggled a bit last year, on and off, but he's just solid and going to the glass. He's scoring well. He's playing good defense.
A great postseason, along with Christian Doolittle to Dylan Windler.
On the line for 2. Come on, guys.
Now he's found his groove completely.
Okay, guys, just watch under here.
Now they go to Marcus Lee.
And trying to solid defensive possession here.
You got on the line. Bonus 2, guys.
Wayne Smith will be stepping up to the free throw line. And Jaron, really the respective rookies on their team playing reasonable minutes. Both had multi-year college careers. Has not been a high-scoring third term so far. Perth with 15 points, Cairns with 17. It's been a grind, it's been a battle, but both teams are up for the fight, and Dylan Windler's going to keep on throwing punches.
And that's where Admiral Schofield has to be better. We talked about his reputation in the NBA, a 3-and-D guy. Just gets beat off the dribble too easy. This hasn't been the first time. It's happened a fair bit so far this season. Just get down in the stance, move your feet, because Windler didn't do a whole lot. Just kind of put his head down.
Adds the bonus, Dylan Windler. 18 and 8 for him. 37 rebounds now, and he's passed 3 games.
Oh, those are great numbers, aren't they?
Been a force on the glass. Smith tosses it away, straight to Windler. He's got JLA running shotgun. And the big fella was fouled.
What's the question?
Perth with a chance to take the lead.
Marcus Lee wants a foul.
I thought he should have got one, too.
Marcus Lee's going to stay in. Kyron Galloway looks like he will sit with 4 fouls. Joe Lualichul Jr. will go to the line where he's 0 of 2 tonight. Wildcats 8 of 12. It ties things up with the first free throw. We were tied at quarter time. There was only 2 points in it at the half. It is now Perth by 1. Cairns will have the ball to potentially end the quarter.
When you swing that ball here from side to side, make sure you get a good shot and don't take it too quickly. You can't give Perth another shot. Got to take this last shot here.
Schofield to Andrews. Stepping back. Firing. No good. And the Wildcats take the narrowest of margins into three-quarter time in enemy territory. We have got a great fight on our hands here in this final term. Perth 61, Cairns 60, quarter to go. Friday Night Hoops has got a cracking finish coming right up.
Welcome back to the Cairns Convention Center, where we have a nail-biter here going into the fourth quarter. The Perth Wildcats have a 1-point lead. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. I have to say it. It's been on my mind. Should Jaron really have the same amount of shots taken as Christian Doolittle and Mason Jones? If there's one glaring thing looking at the stat sheet, that's the problem for the Perth Wildcats for me. They have to get their star players more shots.
That's a star player for the Taipans, knocking it down. But that's what we spoke about a bit, Coach, right? They have got a few mouths to feed, but I expect JR is continuously trying to work out his rotations. You know, when it gets to the pointy end of the season, that's going to tighten right up. But even still, you just want to make sure enough guys can get their shots, your superstars.
Especially guys like Doolittle. He's only had...
Well, he was one of my all-NBL predictions.
I mean, back-to-back threes to open this final term for the Taipans. They couldn't have done it in finer style. That was at long two, in fact. So they could have done it in slightly finer style. Here is Doolittle from outside.
I'd love to see Doolittle more aggressive offensively.
How he can do.
He's got a small guard on him. Just post up.
Saw him dominate that postseason last year. I'm not sure JLA exactly knew that was coming, but he made it work in the end.
Yeah, you remember the back end of last season when Doolittle just realised, hang on, I can be an elite offensive talent. He might be doing the same. Might be a bit of Jimmy Butler about him. Just, hey, let me get through the regular season and I'll flick a switch in the playoffs.
Averaged 24 points a game in the playoffs last season. The door open now for Perth to try and tie or take the lead back. 21 lead changes in the game. It's been tossing and turning throughout. Andrews pulls up, and again, he is irate with not getting the call that he wanted.
What a sounds.
What they're not doing, though, is not moving that ball around. They're not getting anybody in. You don't have to play any defense when you come down and pull up.
I reckon the shot's gone and anything's like this business. I don't think there's nothing. You can hit my hand every time.
Oh, it's not a whole lot of that.
Got to give him time and distance. I would love to. Right about the same time. Challenge. Let's go.
Yeah, so we're going to get a challenge here. I thought we might from John Riley. There wasn't a heap in that from Christian Doolittle.
Replay centre, I have an illegal black number 5. Not allowed time.
So you can hear the referee saying had not allowed time and distance.
See what we come up with here at the Coach's Challenge. Pivotal stage in the game. We saw Adam Ford absolutely barbecue his Coach's Challenge earlier tonight.
No, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
And that is another one to throw on the grill.
I mean, you can see his right foot moving, sliding ever so slightly, but this angle right here.
No, that's a good screen.
That's a great screen. That's just a really, really strong Christian Doolittle. But right here, yeah, that might hurt him, that angle. Moving to the left.
I've seen worse.
100%. So this is what they're going to be looking at. They're clearly looking at this angle for that movement there. Geez, it's very slow. We see those let go a whole lot in live play.
Up and back throughout.
Oh.
A little bit of movement.
Yeah, there's enough movement. That's why they keep looking at this angle rather than the other one. But again, we see that so much.
Oh, here we go.
I like that was the right result. Because we see that happen nearly every time down the floor.
Successful.
If that tiny little bit of movement's going to be flagged every time.
Was there something else you wanted to speak about?
I wanted to say if we won it, where would we get the ball from?
Okay, ball's on the sideline with 7
Hey, it's a black ball where we stopped the game.
No, it's not a block. There's still heavy contact.
John Riley
All right, are we ready?
Comes away with a successful coach's challenge. Perth will keep the ball. Doolittle really, Lualachul, Jones and Doolittle there 5. 2 minutes played, final turn. Perth trying to improve to 3-1. Cairns getting to 3-2 as Windler hits from way outside. Dylan Windler's got 21 on 9 of 11 shooting.
He's just the second guy to make a 3. They are 2 of 17 from 3.
Schofield goes as close as you'll go.
McVeigh's taking just the 7 shots.
And that's not enough.
Perth shooting 23% from three-point land on the season. It has not been a strength so far. Can they make it work when they need to as Windler goes once more and gets up to a game-high 23.
He's in the zone. He is in the zone. Get him the ball. And even if you don't get it to him, he's going to the glass. He'll get it himself.
Steal here. He's caused the steal as well. He's everywhere.
Yeah.
He is wreaking havoc on this game at the moment, Dylan Windler.
Here's your aiming replay. Comes off the screen and just lets it fly. Nothing but nets.
Seen plenty of deep threes now. A little scoop over Marcus Lee.
John really spoke about this last season that he wanted to see more of Belmont Dylan Windler, not NBA Dylan Windler, and we're seeing Belmont Dylan Windler right now because he is doing it and a bit. He's putting Perth on his back. He's got them to a 5-point lead. Tangerine timeout. It's the Wildcats 70, the Snakes 65. 9-0 run for the Perth Wildcats, all on the back of Dylan Windler.
And he's 11 for 13. He's tearing them apart. Not being selfish, just getting what they give him. Shooting a 3, taking it to the hole, and then when he does, he's not involved. He's getting steals on one end. He's going to the offensive glass. So he's the reason why they're up by 5 with 7 minutes to go.
Really keyed this run for the Wildcats. This is the kind of output that they expected when they signed him. They were very high on him at the start of last season. It took a little while for him to find his feet, but gee, hasn't he found them now? Dylan Windler, what a job he's doing for this Perth Wildcats team at the moment. Perth lead by 5, 72-65. There's our Mitsubishi Motors 3-point leaders on the season. Admiral Schofield, he's leading the charge. Rain Smith in the mix as well. And they might be a couple who can try and force Cairns back into this contest down the stretch. They'll need a bit of a spark offensively, that is for sure. McVeigh's only got 7 on the game, 3 of 7 shots, limited opportunities. Marcus Lee took a few too many steps.
We go back to the Perth offense, Copes, and JLA and Dylan Windler, 22 points and 25 points. They are 21 of 29 from the field, those two. The rest of the team are 8 of 31. Wow. So they have done all the damage.
And they continue to do all the damage. Talking the Taipans do something about it.
And he's mostly from inside. We spoke about going inside and Lee staying out of foul trouble. He stayed out of foul trouble, but it's just so efficient that it's hard to guard them both.
Doolittle tried to go inside while he was inside. And the ball quickly ended up outside. McVeigh tapped away by Windler, who's doing everything. Andrews for 3 and 1.
He's been asking for that all night long. He's only got one.
But again, where's just a little bit more pressure and carrying a hand? It happened on the JLA contest. You know he likes to shoot the ball. He's taking 9 threes. Great block from Windler. Smarts from Higgins Titcher, and then Mason Jones is just inviting him to shoot it. And he liked his work.
Why not? 18 points for Andrew Andrews, team high, 6 of 13 shooting. As you mentioned, Pete, 3 of 9 from outside. A couple of rebounds, 3 assists.
And this is how Cairns has to play. When you can hold a team to under 90, 100 points, you give yourself a chance. We've seen a couple of games where they just let it go.
Yep. They just completely fall apart. And that will be the challenge. 1-point game.
And we've seen a whole lot of minutes from Jaron, really. 15 minutes on the floor.
He's almost played as many minutes tonight as he had in his NBL career prior to tonight. Windler inside. You can see the jersey almost come up his back. Another foul on Andrews. That is number 4 for him.
You guessed it, Joel. Game high plus 14 from Jaron, really?
Plus 60 in 3 games.
In 3 games. That's the par, right?
It's wild. Well, it's all no good. Higgins-Titcher with rebound number 8 to go with his 7 points.
Been really active, Higgins-Titcher, trying to get his way into this rotation. This is how you're going to do it.
4 offensive boards among those 8. Exactly what Adam Ford would want to see. Chance for the Snakes to go ahead. Andrews is wide open and misses, but it's tapped home by McVeigh.
Spills it.
Yep. Great pass by Marcus Lilo.
It's a beautiful find. Again, McVeigh doing a bit of everything. 9, 6, and 5. Doolittle going strong to the rim. And the hosts up by 1 as we pass the halfway mark in this final term. Perth's won 6 of 7 in this venue, 15 of 18 against the Taipans overall. Lee can't hit. Jones taps the rebound out to Windler. He's been the man here in this final term for the Wildcats. Do they go back to him or do they share the love? They go to what they know. It's scrappy for Perth. Really comes up with it. Time winding down. Great activity defensively from the Snakes.
Well, he's just thrown that directly at Jack McVeigh's head.
It's one way to get a person off.
We're going to get a timeout here. We've got timeouts up their sleeve, the Wildcats. 1.2 on the shot clock.
So Tangerine timeout, 71-70. It is Cairns who lead, but Dylan Windler is giving them the business in this ball game. 25 points, 11 of 13 from the field. He's got 9 rebounds, 3 assists, a couple of steals, a block. He's done a bit of everything, Coach.
He's been active, man. Look, he's got that long body. He's going to the glass, 9 rebounds. The efficiency on his shot, the 9 for 13 from the field. You just got to keep going to him. He's feeling it. He's in, when they say zone, he's in one of those zones. So get him the ball and everyone move out of the way.
This is exactly what Perth wanted to see when they signed him. It's taken a little while for us to see it, Pete, but gee, it's exciting when he's at his best.
11 of 13. He's been so damaging, so efficient. And this just might be the way forward for the Wildcats of, you know what, we've got Doolittle, we've got JLA, Mason Jones has been quiet, but if someone's on, we're just going to continue to feed them.
So Cairns up by 1, 71-70. Ariana Prather is courtside. What did the Taipans have to say in their huddle, Ariana?
Coach Forty really wants his team to work on how they're defending the ball screens. He wants them to fight through those ball screens harder and give the Perth Wildcats more ball pressure. But guys, again, I have to ask the question, is this the time that Coach really should draw up a play specifically for Jones or for Doolittle to try to get them going the last couple minutes, or is it too late?
Well, I found it strange that they called a timeout and they settled for just a deep 3. Higgins-Titcher's been awesome. Finishes hard work there.
5th offensive rebound for him. Did all the grunt stuff and just couldn't find the finish. Jones weaving his way inside, straight into Lee, who's taken some contact to the face among all that. And called for a foul for his trouble.
To be honest, Mason Jones has always been the lead shooter. There's numerous shot fakes in there or hesitancy. He's got to let those other ones go. Let it fly. If you get so open rather than forcing the contact, as Marcus Lee just doing a couple of push-ups
and a little bit of a pump in.
Oh, yeah.
Got him in the face.
Oh, hey, man, he's forcing that contact. I wouldn't mind him just settling into that 3 ball if they're going to go under the ball screen.
Hey, you got a heat, no, not to my knowledge. You got a heat left all over the place here, buddy. Where's your offsider?
71-70. Marcus Lee talks it over. Mark Mills just arranging the floor wipers, or maybe floor wiper at the moment. Bang. Yeah.
Got him.
Those ones there, definitely. Lee not doing a heap wrong, just kind of standing there. Marcus Lee 12 and 11. Dylan Windler 25 and 10. But Higgins Titcher, as I mentioned, didn't finish off his work. He's got 7 points, 9 rebounds, 5 of them offensive, 3 steals. Been really good.
WNBL starts next Saturday. John Cain Arena. Kayla George and the Southside Flyers taking on Jade Melbourne and the Canberra Capitals. Of course, the defending champions, Bendigo Spirit, will be back in action as well on the Sunday. Get your tickets at WNBL.com.au. It's going to be a massive season all summer of WNBL action.
You'll be there, right?
Saw Kayla George down at when I was at South East Melbourne Phoenix training last week. She's ready to go.
She's at Carlton Footy Club today with their W program as well, as Rain Smith hits from the baseline and puts Cairns 2 to the good. Nothing separating these two teams down the stretch. Bucket for bucket, blow for blow. Who will come out on top in a good old-fashioned scrap in Friday night hoops? Really not the first time. Collects his own miss, has it blocked by McVeigh. Now the fight's on for the loose ball and there's a foul.
This is the one where Mason Jones just kind of gave it up to Jaron Riley to have to shoot that first 3.
He's not aggressive enough. I mean, they brought him over here to shoot the ball, and he's a very good shooter.
He's 2 of 6 on the night, so only 6 attempts.
Well,
Jaron Riley's taken 7.
He's had moments, right? I highlighted the one before when he drew the foul.
And that's not to say that Jaron Riley has taken shots that have been ill-advised or that he shouldn't have. It's that Jones has left a few out there.
Yeah, he has. And I know he's still trying to find his feet on this team, still adapting and adjusting. But you're right, Coach. This is what they brought him over here for.
And didn't he have a big game in the preseason?
Yeah, 22-5 instead against one of the Japanese teams.
You can't give us that because we know you can do it and come out here and not shoot the ball.
Here goes Riley again. No. JLA, yes. Points will count.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're not going to be aggressive, Mason Jones, Jaron Riley will be.
And that's why he's on the floor.
That's why he's plus 13 on the game. Plus 59 in his NBL career. Tied at 73, 2.5 remaining. Great finish on Friday night hoops in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Andrews loses the handle and is left frustrated with the call because it doesn't go Cairns' way. Smith, McVeigh, Higgins, Titcher, Andrews, Lee, the 5 for Adam Ford. Luella Chul, Windler, Doolittle, Riley and Jones for Perth.
On the floor, Mason on the floor. Can't run, Christian. Thank you.
This Jones's moment. Defers to Riley. JLA on the low block, working on Lee, rumbles across the lane and hits the tough fall-away jumper.
That's tough. That is tough.
Well, it looks off balance, but that's his shot. He always wants to get to that right hand in the middle of the floor, and if you allow him to get there, he's too big.
26 for Joe.
Black 18.
That's Mason Jones' night done. He's going to sit down. That's his 5th foul.
30 minutes, 8 points, 2 of 6 shooting, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. For Mason Jones' night of work.
John Riley's turn to Lat Mayan. And I just wonder if that is a plus-minus substitution. Because Lat Mayan is a plus 11, the only one outside of Dante Russell-Nance who's positive on the bench.
Windler got a hand in on the pass again. Luella Chul Jr. blocked the attempt from McVeigh. Lee keeps it alive. 2 on the shot clock. And he fires it cross court now. He and Doolittle have a bit of a laugh about the tangle. What they were doing so well earlier in the game, looking after the ball, has let them down late in the piece here.
Know what he's trying to do, but he's 2 seconds on that clock. And most big men don't look at the clock. That's a guard's job, but yeah. The ball turnover.
Been low scoring since halftime. 30 points for Cairns, 34 for Perth. Blocking foul on Lee.
Oh, I want to see this again.
I told you, he used that challenge. He already used that challenge down the other end on a call that really had no significance at the time.
Wow. You said at the time, Pete, do you save it for Marcus Lee?
Would have been touch and go still in terms of did he get right in front of legal guarded position, but it would have been close. Those are the ones where you want it.
I reckon that was a charge.
I don't like wasting a challenge unless you're saving someone from a third foul in the first half, a key player, or something so blatant that happens right in front of you. I just don't think there's a need to waste it. Because it doesn't matter if you give up 2 free throws from it. Whatever it is, it's insignificant in the grand scheme of things when you can use it so often in the clutch.
26 and 9 for Wildcats tonight. 27 makes it the 3rd best scoring performance of his career in game 136.
Really?
He's had 33, he's had 30. His next best with 26 on 2 occasions. He's got 28, and Perth have a 4-point lead with 1.5 minutes to play. Smith, Schofield, McVeigh, Andrews and Lee. That's the lineup that Adam Ford goes with down the stretch. That's what he's trusting. Can it deliver for him? Foul off the ball on Riley. That is player version, not coach. Already had a technical on the Perth bench tonight. Andrew Andrews has been called for one as well. U14 here for Cairns. Minute 13 remaining. Andrews goes to the cup. He's fouled as Luala Chul Jr. gets a big piece of it.
Might get a challenge here from John Riley.
Time out, Perth.
Heard it immediately. Referee say to him, you can challenge it if you want. Didn't make the challenge earlier in the quarter, which was successful, so he keeps that one.
This is what it's for, though. This is exactly the reason it is. On such an important moment. Good little hezzy there.
Might have got him with the body.
Oh, it's the right leg.
Yeah.
The right knee that hits him, but there's not a heap. It's all clean up top. Yeah.
Right knee that as he jumps.
Yeah, so if the right leg definitely makes contact.
Andrews does a good job of angling his body across.
So that angle there shows you that JLA is just trying to chase it down. The contact there marginally. Be unsuccessful.
I was surprised, and to be fair, good job from Andrew Andrews to draw the contact.
Absolutely.
I don't mind the challenge either. I don't mind the challenge from JR because again, some of those ones where you look at it, who's making the contact and
each team with a timeout remaining.
I'm not sure JLA could have done a whole lot more there either, other than getting beat off the dribble, obviously.
First will go for Andrews. Perth winners of their last 2. Cairns beaten by 31 points a little over a week ago here against Adelaide. Beaten by 36 points the last time they played Perth in this venue. They are within 2 with 1 minute and 12 remaining. And really stays in the game. High post touch for JLA. Mayen, the former Taipan, comes off the screen. Great defense, Higgins-Titcher. He opens the opportunity now for Cairns. They can tie or take the lead on this possession. Higgins-Titcher in the corner. Almost.
Don't have to foul. There's enough time. A really good defensive possession. Come up with the rebound, you have a chance. But Perth can pretty much win it with a good look.
Who do they turn to? Really puts Windler into the action. He's led them in this final term. Can he lead them to victory? He goes all the way in, and Luala-Chul taps it home. 4-point lead to Perth. JLA's put up 30 for just the 3rd time in his career. And now the Snakes have got some real work to do. Down 4 out of timeouts with 12 seconds remaining.
You're right, and what he's done, Joel, he's gone to the glass as well. He had 2 rebounds at halftime. He's now got 10 rebounds and 30 points.
Been unstoppable. He has been unstoppable. We spoke about how good he's been and how he'd be a problem for the Taipans. Here's what's coming tomorrow. The Hawks and Bullets both trying to get a win and stop 3-game skids. The big news out, obviously, the Hawks parting ways with Ja'Cory McLaughlin. And then it all sets up. That's the appetizer for the main course. That is Hendrick Davis returning to Adelaide to what will be a very interesting crowd, I'd imagine, Coach.
The crowd's already interesting. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If you want to hear some boos, bro, you go to Adelaide, because they're going to be there, I'm telling you.
Don't worry about going. You'll hear them through the television.
That's right.
Let's see what they draw up here, because I was shocked that McVeigh wasn't involved at all in that last possession. There's a good look from Higgins-Titcher. He has knocked one down, but I still want the ball in the hands of my main guy, either him or Andrews, who has the 21. So we'll see if Jack McVeigh here.
Schofield, McVeigh, Lee, Smith, Andrews is the 5 for Cairns. 12 seconds remaining, down by 4. Inbound to Lee. He takes it all the way. Andrews in the corner. No, but Schofield, yes! 2-point game again.
Quick foul here. Timeout from really.
No, we just lost time. Timeout. 4.72.
So John really calls timeout. You could hear the referees in the background say the clock had started inadvertently, so there'll be more than the 3.8 seconds that the clock says at the moment. Had the Tangerine timeout. And now Adam Ford gets a chance to talk things over with his team and try and devise a strategy to pull this one out of the fire. John really's got his team on their feet as he delivers his final instructions.
So Latmain, he's still out there. He hasn't taken a free throw yet. Jaron really hasn't missed one. Doolittle hasn't taken one. And Winlew and JLA have both missed one. JLA 2.
He gave away burgers, but he's hit all 4 since. So he's found his range and his rhythm.
I'm getting Pepper in the game.
You don't have time to scramble. You got to try to get a quick foul, a quick steal and a quick foul.
We got Wagstaff in the game, getting all the good free throw shooters in.
Nico.
Both teams out of timeouts. Any foul for either from now means free throws.
Who you got, Pete? Who you fouling, Pete?
Oh, you don't have time to worry. You've just got to get whoever. But Latmain hasn't taken one. If you can somehow get him the ball, he's in the far corner, though.
Only 2 Wildcats in double figures for the night.
First foul, 9.
Tell you what, he got away with that because there was a hold of the jersey.
2 shots.
And I'm not sure why you're trailing. Sorry, Joel. I'm not sure why you're trailing in that situation. You should be full front of Dylan Windler. You don't want him to get the ball. And it was a simple down screen. Make it a bit harder.
The positive is for Cairns. It was a rapid foul.
2 free throws will end it.
Now Dylan Windler goes to the free throw line. He's been so efficient tonight. 81% free throw shooter here in the NBL.
Oh,
misses. Door is open.
I tell you what, no timeouts left, but enough time for someone who's hit a half-court shot.
Maybe Jack McGay.
Strap in, folks.
He wants it too.
3-point game, and Cairns have got the man for the moment. The man who returns to the scene of the crime on Sunday.
I don't know why he's trying to set the screen. Just get the ball.
They go to Andrews instead. Time winding down. Throws up the prayer. Post. So close for Andrew Andrews. And the Perth Wildcats escape with victory. Trailed by 9 points in the second quarter. Kept it close in the second half. And improved to 3-1. Running out winners on the road, 80-77 on Friday Night Hoops.
On the back of just an outstanding performance from JLA and Dylan Windler. 56 points between them to go with 21 rebounds. They were enormous.
24 of 35 from the two.
Sunday Detch as well, so you've got another guard trying to come in and get some minutes. Bit of a logjam there, but you'll take the wins on the road how you can get them.
Any win is a good win at this time of the season. And for the Perth Wildcats, they had to scrap and they had to fight. They had to get the claws out tonight. And they get the job done, 80-77. Just the two Wildcats in double figures. 4 of the Taipans crossing that bridge. Andrew Andrews led them with 21. Schofield 16. Rain Smith 11. Jack McVeigh kept to single digits again, so 9 points in back-to-back games for him. But he had 8 rebounds and 6 assists. Marcus Lee, scoreless after half-time, finished with 12 points on the evening. We set it up right at the start. It was so much going to be about Joe Luala-Chul Jr., our Foot Locker player of the game. 13 of 20 he finished from the field, 10 rebounds and 30 points. And he is alongside our very own Ariana Prather.
That's right, JLA, 30 and 10. That's just dirty. How were you able to score so consistently tonight?
I think the team did a great job of just getting me in my spots. But I think anytime I can shine light on the guys, man, like Dylan was big time for us down the stretch. Do a little, like if you know the game, you see how much he means to us offensively, how he moves the ball. So as much as you can say 30, I think it's the whole team, you know?
Absolutely, and you guys were battle-tested tonight. It was back and forth all the way down to the last 4 seconds of the game. Just talk about how great that is as a team to be able to pull it out.
Yeah, I mean, it shows a lot of character. No game is easy in the NBL, especially when you come on the road. So we have a lot of stuff that we need to work on, but like Jesse said in our little huddle, it's like we'd rather be winning and figure things out than losing and figuring it out. So anytime you can win on the road, it's big time for us, and then we just got to keep getting better and cleaning up the stuff that we need to clean up.
Way to get it done tonight, JLA. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Win, you've got less to figure out. Perth get it done by 3. I'll break it all down on the other side of this. thrilling finish in far North Queensland on Friday night hoops. Perth by 3. This was the almost game winner for Andrew Andrews, not too far away. And the Wildcats get it done 80-77 to improve to 3-1 on this young season. Joel Peterson, Pete Hawley, Leonard Copeland to break it all down for you. And that last play, a bit of intrigue about it, Pete.
Yeah, I do. Look, to be honest, it's not a bad look from Andrew Andrews. He was their leading scorer, but Jack McVeigh, look, there's no one guarding him there. Go and get the ball. He's hit a half-court shot before. He's the franchise guy. He loves the clutch moments. I know it nearly went in, but just go and get it. I want to see him take those moments on. He loves those moments. I'm not sure why he was just running away from it when they weren't guarding him at all.
He needs to be more aggressive. He's only taken 15 threes in 5 games. That's just not enough for him.
Didn't take a single three tonight.
Didn't attempt one tonight,
Wow.
just took 10 shots. So Marcus Lee took 9 to give you a little bit of a context on that. Massive weekend of hoops coming up, hey. It's going to be absolutely huge. So tomorrow, Illawarra and Brisbane. That's 2 teams that need a win. You look down the bottom of this Mitsubishi Lotus ladder. 8th and 9th on the season. 8th and 10th on the season so far. There you see the Wildcats and the Taipans both in that top 6. So Illawarra, Brisbane tomorrow, the first game. Adelaide and Sydney, the late game. Adelaide are rolling. The Kings are just trying to find their groove. It's going to be intriguing Saturday.
I know we're going to have all eyes on Kendrick Davis, Copes, going back to Adelaide, but what we've seen Isaac Humphries do alongside Bryce Cotton, I don't know if the Kings are going to be able to slow down Isaac Humphries.
He's been great going to the glass. They get him involved early. When you get a big guy like that involved early, he gives you the rebounds. He does everything right.
And then we'll see if the Breakers can stay hot on Sunday. And then Melbourne play Cairns. Cairns have won their 6 of the last 9 against Melbourne, so that'll be a fun one.
Have had some great results against Melbourne despite a big loss earlier in recent times. So a little bit of work to do for the Cairns Taipans. They back up on Sunday. And for the Wildcats, they take a win out of their road trip north. And they get to go home and rest their feet before a matchup next Wednesday in the Ignite Cup against Brisbane. They got it done. They had to scrap. It was a battle all night. And the Wildcats win by 3. Massive weekend of hoops coming up in the Hungry Jacks NBL.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jacks and Bunnings Warehouse.
Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, looking like and the baldness. Yeah. Yeah, well, the boys worked hard tonight. Yeah.